So we've been talking quite a bit about this bailout of Argentina that Trump's doing, $20 billion worth, by the way. And I think the main point that a lot of people were making looking at this is, I thought you said America first. This is the furthest thing from America first. This is Argentina first. Never mind all the arguments that what they're doing is Israel first, right? So this doesn't, how is it America first to bomb the shit out of Venezuelan fishing boats? Explain that to me. How's it America first to bomb Yemen and bomb Somalia and round people up and put them in concentration camps? How's it America first to do a $20 billion bailout for Malay? So what you're seeing here is even a lot of Trump supporters are going, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. You know, you guys, one of the things you hear them say, they don't mean it because they don't actually want to help homeless people, for example, but you'll hear right-wingers say, well, we got plenty of things we got to take care of here. We got homeless people here, so why give them money to Argentina? The second you were to actually try to do something to help homeless people, they say, socialism! We don't like it. But the point remains, why the fuck are you giving money to Argentina? So, I had reported to you guys recently that there's this one specific billionaire who reached out in a panic to Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary. He knows Scott Bessent. He reached out to him, and he said to him, hey man, desperately need your help here. Because turns out this guy invested a shitload of money into Argentina and was betting that the economy was going to take off to the moon. Because, Malay's going in there. Malay's an anarcho-capitalist libertarian. He's going to cut government to the bone. He's going to unleash the beast of the free market. He's going to cut taxes. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be a utopia. It's going to be incredible. Because in this guy's mind, he's a right-wing idiot, he thinks, the less government, the better. The private market will make up for whatever the shortfalls are. You know, capitalism will work its magic and we'll be great here. And so he bet on Argentina to fucking take off. Well, turns out the fucking opposite happened. Turns out anarcho-capitalist libertarianism is trash. He cut the government to the bone. Poverty was skyrocketing. Inflation was skyrocketing. Unemployment was skyrocketing. People were fucking dumpster diving. It was a horror show. It was a horror show. So this guy says to Bessent, I need you to help me out. And so that's when Bessent goes to Twitter and says, we're going to bail out Argentina to the tune of $20 billion. But it turns out, ready? It's not just one billionaire. It was a cabal of right-wing billionaire idiots who placed a shitty bet, a wrong bet, that Argentina was gonna take off, and now they're desperate for help, for support. So now U.S. taxpayers have to bail out these billionaire idiots who wrongly believed anarcho-capitalist libertarianism was a panacea. So here, Tommy Vietor says the following. Trump is giving Argentina a $20 billion bank bailout, but who actually benefits? Hedge funds, big banks, and billionaires. Ready? But the administration's decision to rescue Argentina's economy is raising concerns about whether the real aim is to help rich investors whose bets on Argentina could falter if its economy sinks. Those efforts have been complicated by the fact that major hedge funds, including those led by friends of Mr. Bessent, stand to benefit financially from an Argentina economic lifeline. Funds and investment firms including BlackRock, Fidelity, and PIMCO are heavily invested in Argentina, as are investors such as Stanley Druckenmiller, Jesus Christ, what a name, and Robert Citrone. Robert Citrone is the one that we talked about the last time we discussed this, both of whom worked with Mr. Bessent when he was an investor for George Soros. Hey, Alex Jones, where the fuck are you? Hey, MAGA pundits who like to fucking fearmonger about George Soros, where are you? Here you have Soros associates, right, who placed horribly stupid bets and were just factually wrong that anarcho-capitalist libertarianism would make Argentina amazing. The exact opposite happened, and now you and me need to pay them out of our own pockets. Why? Why? Because this is a government of the billionaires, by the billionaires, and for the billionaires. That's what you need to understand. This whole political project that Trump is working on, it's twofold. One, I'm going to be a fascist authoritarian and crack down on anybody who disagrees with me and anybody who's brown. And two, I'm going to give the billionaires and the corporations whatever the fuck they want. So now we have a robber baronocracy. That's what we have, a robber baronocracy. And this is the result of it. And so next time they try to blame trans people or blame immigrants for all of your struggles, you need to stop and remember this story. Because a cabal of idiot billionaires lost everything by betting on Argentina, right? Turns out left-wing ideas are good, not right-wing ideas. They bet on the right-wing ideas, lost everything, and now A bailout is a left-wing idea. It's government funding. Now they desperately need a government bailout so that they don't lose their ass. Every aspect of this story is astonishing. And by the way, this goes to show you the idea that these are the smartest guys because they have a lot of money. Nothing could be further from the truth. Any fucking half-intelligent person would know, I don't know, just take, for example, history in the United States. Okay, when were we most prosperous? Well, it was during the FDR era, during the New Deal. You know, when you had government spending on the public, when you had a robust social safety net and shovel-ready jobs for people, when the government dug us out of the Great Depression, that's when we were at our best. That's when our middle class was thriving, for example. You know, and when you look at every time they do what's called trickle-down economics, which is total fucking bullshit, it's really trickle-up economics. When you cut taxes for the rich and deregulate, what happens? The poor get poorer, the middle gets poorer, so the entire working class struggles, and the wealthy get wealthier, and then they hoard all the money, right? And they fucking gamble with the money all day, every day. It's a giant casino for them. And they're too big to fail. They're too wealthy to fail. And if something were to happen, then they get bailed out. So what history shows us is anarcho-capitalist libertarianism is a fucking hellscape. That's what it is. It destroys countries. It leads to Gilded Age levels of income and wealth inequality, right? It turns the working class into medieval peasants, That's what it is. That's what it is. And so these guys made a wrong bet, but they always get bailed out because that's how it works. You know, even during the subprime mortgage crisis and the Great Recession, the same companies that, the same CEOs that bankrupted their own companies and crashed the global economy, somehow they got bailed out with tax money and somehow they got bonuses paid to them, right? This is similar shit that we're talking about here. This is similar shit. Meanwhile, think about what that $20 billion could be used for. This is a regime that cut Meals on Wheels and pediatric cancer research. Think about that. But now $20 billion to a bunch of billionaires, right? And to save fucking Argentina. Malay's a crackhead, by the way. That guy, I'm convinced that guy's on something. Guy looks like a fucking Elvis impersonator. He literally did, as his economy was imploding, he did a rock concert the other day to celebrate what? He's pretending like there's an economic miracle in Argentina. If there's an economic miracle, why did you need 2 bailouts within the past year? So just incredibly stupid and insane. And this is the kind of corruption. This is the kind of corruption that people in MAGA thought, oh, Trump's gonna root out that corruption. Remember when they would boo him at one of the GOP debates, he'd say, oh, that's all their donors out there. That's Jeb Bush's donors. That's Marco Rubio's donors. Turns out it's your fucking donors too. And you are more than happy to help the billionaire class at the expense of everybody else. Meanwhile, prices are skyrocketing at the grocery store. Healthcare premiums are tripling or quadrupling because of Trump's policies. But you need to get squeezed. You need to pay more. And the billionaires get to steal our tax money. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.